What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I am your host, Justin Turneau, with my co-host, Brian Limper. We were trying to record early tonight, but YouTube changed that,
Sometimes always. You just get sucked into the old Velociraptor first-person 4K experience.
Sometimes you just go to many an amusement park and watch videos that people take.
And WWE.
And WWE theme songs.
Guys flipping into the wrestling ring, because that was crazy.
Wrestling is definitely a rabbit hole on YouTube that you get stuck in for a good bit.
There's no lie.
We went there, and then we went to amusement parks. So yeah, it's been a fun few hours of YouTube to get pumped up for this podcast.
Oh, and we watched the video of Nintendo World.
We did, because Sakura went there. So
Sakura went to Nintendo World. And then I asked him, I was like, have you ever seen the video of the dude who went to Nintendo World? Or I guess it wasn't really Nintendo World, was it? It was like
Mario
Nintendo World. It looked so crazy, though. It's like so real.
It looked really fun. Just Mario everywhere.
Mario.
All the workers were super pumped.
They were super happy.
Super happy about life. It was in Japan, right? I think
so.
But it looked awesome. It looked really fun. It just looked like a nice place to be.
Yeah, it really did. It was like super nice outside. And it looked like it was like really cold, but it was like super sunny and like the perfect clouds. Like
way better than our cold.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know.
all
It looked like a real good place.
Everyone just looked like in a very happy mood, so I was like, yes.
Everyone was just in a good spot in their lives.
I want to experience this super joy at Mario World.
This euphoria.
And Sakura went there, so it must be good.
Sakura's there right now as we speak.
She posted on her Insta.
I don't know who she's with. Is that like her brother? Or is that like her...
I have no idea. It's a good question. She just got some time on her hands after graduating from AKB.
And just being real popular in photo shoots.
Just being the legend she is. Going to Nintendo World.
I don't know. It was cool, though. Classic YouTube rabbit hole. Just getting lost in the sauce.
It's what we do.
It's true.
It's what we do.
What time did you get here today to record?
I think about 10... Before 11.
And it's now almost 1:20.
Heck yeah.
So we wasted a solid 2 hours.
And we pretty much started watching videos right when I got here, so you can do the math at home, folks. That's that's how it goes, though. YouTube's a fun place.
We didn't even watch any K-pop videos before here either. Usually we do.
Nope. Started with wrestling and ended at amusement parks, so...
If anyone's curious, go watch Reginald's entrance on Raw.
That's what started all.
That was
the first video we watched. And now we're here. Started from the bottom.
Here we are. We also saw a crazy video of him working out with Ricochet and a Crunch Fitness, and he's the craziest backwards backflip.
They had the most intense, quick dance battle of all time.
Never heard of the guy, but...
Never heard of him either, but he looks pretty cool.
That was pretty
sweet. Does lots of flips.
He does.
For all the wrestling fans out there.
But we're going to skip past saying, did we get anything? Because I have not got anything.
Fun fact, I forgot it. I actually got my signed Fromis album. Came in the mail today that I forgot I got, but it's here.
Who signed it?
Well, I don't know who signed it because I didn't open it. I was going to open it while we did this, but I forgot, so I'll just open it when I get home.
We'll have to take a picture.
We'll see. We'll see if it's even signed, but...
At least you got it.
Yeah, that came today.
Dude, I'm just hyped to see what your photo card is. I want to see what your little...
I want to see the little ID,
thing.
the little ID one, yeah. I which is appropriate that I got my Fromis album for our subject matter today, but I got that in the mail, and I will open it up when I get home, and let's place a bet. Who do you think I got?
I just realized I don't have my watch on. I was trying to find out what time...
Dude, that's tough when you don't have a watch.
We all know who we want it to be, but we all know who it's going to be. G-Sun.
You think it's going to be G-Sun?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be... My last one I got Chaeyoung. I think I'm going to get double Chaeyoung. And I'm going to be of course I get the same one.
Hey, that wouldn't be too bad.
No, it'd be cool.
I'm just hyped to see your little ID thingy.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped for that. Yeah, I kind of forgot I got it, but I feel it didn't take that long to get here compared to the 7 months it took for the Eyes one to come. That wasn't signed. So
I'm still waiting for my card I bought. Should be getting pretty close.
Yeah.
He said 4 to 5 months. I think 5 months is next month, which is
dude, that's
a week.
That's in the time frame.
Actually, it's not even a week. It's 5 days.
That's crazy, but
I lied 3 because it's the 29th.
3 days. Yeah,
it's crazy.
But yeah, we'll see who I get on that. But yes, Fromis is the topic again because we finished watching, we think, Idol School.
Yeah, as far as we know, based off all of our deep research and scientific studies,
It's over.
it's over and we watched it all.
We saw the eliminations and the final group.
Because on K Show 123, shout out to you guys, unofficial sponsor, there was 13 episodes,
Yeah.
but the last elimination, which we witnessed with our own eyes,
Which we watched all of it.
was episode 11. But if you look up anything on Idol School, on like Wikipedia or the K-Popopedia or anything, it only goes up to like episode 9.
Yeah, so
So I'm not really sure what episode 12 and 13 is. I'll have to look into it. I don't really know.
we'll check it out. But we saw what we needed to see.
Yeah, so
I thought maybe it would be like really elongated, the last, picks and stuff for these like 3 episodes. They'd be like random times, and that was just going to be the last couple. But no, they did it all in the 11th episode.
they really got into it. We'll talk about that at the end because that's pretty crazy, actually.
Yeah.
But first off, so we talked last episode about how they had 3 performances. And then this time, we started off the next episode of 3 more performances.
Yeah.
And the first one was a group doing, of course, Rough by G-Friend.
Naturally.
There's always a G-Friend
song.
song.
You gotta have a G-Friend song. That's just how the world works.
Although they did really good. It was a really good performance.
Yeah. These were like their final kind of group performances before the final eliminations. The final before the final.
My favorite thing, though, is in the background, they like actually put the school like G-Friend was at in the,
I
in
know.
the thing. It's also funny because I was telling Justin when we were finished watching these last night, I always wondered what the 0199 was at the top, but that's like the number you're supposed to dial to vote for your favorite member.
Yeah, that's like the text number.
Classic Rough. All I know is whenever there's like an elimination show or anything really, there's 2 things that are guaranteed. One is there's going to be a Girls' Generation performance.
Yep.
And 2, there's going to be a G-Friend.
Always.
A G-Friend performance.
Always.
In a twice. There's always twice performances. And they actually went and they saw like G-Friend.
Oh, wait. Yeah, these were the ones. These were the last ones that they actually went and saw the groups. So this was
a long time ago.
This was before the second to last elimination.
Oh, yeah. This is...
I was confused with the last... No, so we still...
This is like the second elimination.
Yeah, we still had a whole episode in between this.
Because, spoiler alert, after these performances, that's when like Tasha...
Yeah, that's when they eliminated like so many people.
Yeah. All our faves got eliminated.
Pretty much. It was a real tough one to watch.
Although technically, Tasha said she was already eliminated, so I don't understand how
I don't know. I feel like that was a translation one because that didn't make any sense because she was there.
But then she like almost won.
And then she almost won the group event and then got eliminated again.
It's also crazy because we discovered a lot of their Instagrams that they got. And they all look a lot different than what they look like now.
Yeah. So true. I still need to go through the rest of them and see which ones I can follow. I followed a bunch of them. It was like I gotta go through and see if everyone else still has an Instagram.
There's a bunch if you go on like, what is it, K-Profiles?
The K-Profiles, yeah, you
like
can go down the list and they're all there.
You just click on it and it opens up in the thing.
It's super again, K-Profiles being the best.
Shout out to K-Profiles. You're the GOAT. Even though your rankings are heavily biased towards Sung-So, and I don't know why.
She always wins.
There's also these pyrotechnics going on right now.
I don't really remember what else happened in this episode besides the performances, and then, well, the elimination took freaking forever.
Yeah, that did take a really long time.
That was a lot of the episode, was just the actual elimination.
I never realized, it's kind of weird, they got these ties on, but they're like tucked into like the little overall things.
Yeah.
Interesting style decision by the old stylist that you usually never miss. They also just went all out with these pyrotechnics and fireworks.
They really did.
Oh, crap.
They had a huge firework budget for Idol School.
Also, I've said it before, but shout out to whoever edited this for not putting like an hour and a half worth of them practicing.
Yeah, thank goodness. Just saw everything you needed to.
And then the next performance was No, No, No by A-Pink. And they're like these little sailor outfits, and it's awesome.
Yeah, this was like Jisung's team.
Just Jisun carrying the team to victory. Also, the fans like love it. They're like so hyped.
Yeah.
Everybody loves this song.
The Idol School fans that they had there in person they were great. Really made the experience better how much they loved it.
Who did they meet from A-Pink?
I think it was Namju.
Yeah, that's right.
I think that's who came and
Because
helped
only
them out.
one person was there.
Yeah.
And also, then again, they were just so much bigger and more grown than all the persons in Idol School.
It really is crazy.
I don't know if it was all the heels they were wearing or what, but oh my goodness, they were so tall compared to
Just giants.
It's crazy. There's just one male instructor guy. I don't really remember his name.
No idea what his name was.
But he like never talks. He just like shakes his head in approval. Or like that, he's going to say something, they cut him off.
He's the harsh judge. Or he just says like, oh my gosh.
Or he's like, oh.
And that's it. It just makes like a noise. Was this the episode they went and did their like fun day thing?
No, it was after this.
Okay. I'm trying to think back to what happened on this episode.
The other thing that's cool is, also to be honest, like we said in the other episodes, we're probably remembering some of this stuff out of order, but it all happened.
Definitely.
But they go, and they always have like little fun days that they go and like do stuff.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Although in the one article she said that they never left the school once to go do anything, so I don't know how that works.
Maybe that was at the school. I don't know.
But they like
Maybe
go and they do
someone's
stuff.
lying.
Also, she said that they were like starved and never got to eat. And I'm like, I saw you repeatedly on the show eating a ton of food.
Yeah, apparently the only time when we saw them eat, that was like the only time they ate in the 11 weeks they were there.
Like you weren't allowed to have snacks. I mean,
I just want to hear from more people if they say the same thing.
well,
the one girl's kind of said that too, though, didn't she?
The only
Was
two
her name
people,
Jessica?
The only two people who've heard say anything about it are Jessica, who got eliminated early on, like the first eliminations, because
Yeah.
she was terrible. And then the other one was a girl who like has a grudge against everyone because she was like not treated fairly according to her.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering. I was like, you know, when you only have like one source or two sources, it's a little like, okay, maybe you're making things
Out of
seem
like the 41
a
girls,
little bit more dramatic than what actually happened.
what a great performance. I will say, top-notch performances by everyone. out
Really
there.
good throughout the whole show. Just like really fun.
And we talked about it a long time ago about how this all happens. You never see anybody like mess up or anything.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, we still have a lot of performance we need to see. But after like watching all the performances, I don't remember them ever messing up.
No, I
once.
thought they were all pretty much perfect.
I don't get it.
Literally everyone in every performance group.
Man, they all just did good. They killed it. Look at him ending fairies. That girl's face is so round.
It really is.
And then last we had that classic SES performance.
With their coach's song.
She's so happy.
Really bringing her back to her glory days.
Because her coach, Bada, was in SES and she was like one of their coaches. And they had to get trained by one of them. And they're like, I wish we'd have such and such or so and so. Like, oh, it's just Bada.
And it was her. That was funny because everyone got to meet members from the groups they were performing, and then it was their coach that had been there the whole time. I wish they were just doing a Super Junior song and it was Heechul that showed up.
Oh, dude, that would have been the best. That would have been so funny. That is funny. They're like, oh, it's just Bada.
It's just Bada.
It's just Bada. All the performances were awesome, though.
I really liked him a lot.
The last ones were really good. I wish I would have made the other songs into like what do I want to call it? Into like songs that like Fromis actually performed.
Oh, I know. They were all really good, and they were all really like different too. That was when they really just had the last chance to vote. Like you just had the last chance to get votes in.
Go Shinsia, go. How's she not in a group right now?
I don't know what she does.
Man, can we just talk about how awesome the step performance was?
That's so
all I
good.
care about.
It was so good. It was a legendary performance. Everyone said that too after it happened.
They just was elite setups though. I feel like all the girls really just did a good job the whole time. Like there wasn't anywhere I was like, this is kind of sketchy.
Yeah, even the people who got eliminated very early.
They all did great. Everyone was a winner.
Everyone was a champion at Idol School. Except the girl that literally left the first day.
That's true.
She didn't want to be a champion.
She did not. She's like, we're not doing this.
She was not feeling it.
Man, get it, girls.
Yeah, but this episode was cool. They did their performances, then they went and had a fun outside day.
Oh, that was the best. They did so many fun things.
They went and had a picnic type of thing and played games with their coaches and all that. Played a giant game of musical chairs.
And then a weird chicken game. I didn't understand.
The bouncing on one leg game.
And then these songs were the final performance ones. They all got
the last.
Kind of in Produced, they got the songs that were made custom for them, so original songs and stuff. Yeah. And so this was one of the songs that they got to do as their final performances. And this was called Pinocchio.
Was there 18 people left at this point?
Yeah. So it was 3 groups of 6.
And it was everyone graduated Idol School.
Yeah, they all got a little ceremony. They all got little.
The 18 people graduated.
Essentially, the last episode is a bunch of lookbacks on all the good times, random videos, and
pretty much,
and remembering what they did.
Yeah.
I think they literally got called up one at a time and got diplomas and stuff.
Heechul gave them actual diplomas, and then they all sent video messages to the coaches and Heechul and stuff, and everyone kind of cried a little bit.
And then they went and showed them practicing their performances for this.
Because I was thinking, I was well, for people that didn't make it, at least you graduated Idol School.
That's true. At least you graduated.
There was a ton of people that got eliminated the episode before that didn't graduate.
Now, this is the only song, I was going to say, this is the only song that, what do we call it? This is the only song that was actually made into a Fromis 9 song. I wonder why they didn't make the other 2. The other 2 were really good.
I don't know, they were really good. I really liked them a lot.
Also, all these performances were dope.
Yeah, the last ones were really fun. Had to be tough, too, since it literally was, the last thing they did.
Did this really affect any part of the voting?
I don't know. I was wondering that, too. I was was it really necessary that we had 3 full performances on the, moments before they got voted on or off?
Oh, yeah, and they had, this cool, techno breakdown things going on. This must have really been when Chang hurt her ankle in the middle of the dance.
Yeah, because she had her brace on when it was the eliminations.
This is the one that was done by the dance instructor guy from
Produce 48, yeah.
Right?
I think so, yeah.
Hit that high note, girl. It's crazy because we look at the Instagrams for some of those girls that didn't make it. They're not doing anything. They're not idols at all.
Yeah. It is true too about did votes really affect it, because I don't think they showed us numbers of actual votes in the eliminations. Didn't they just show the
who
final?
Who got picked? Yeah.
They just pretty much said who got picked in what place. There wasn't this person got 30,000 compared to So you wouldn't even know if someone was a last backdoor cover person of they came through with 5,000 extra votes.
Everyone's an ending fairy. That's the best part. It's always so weird because they're standing there for so long, just being awkward.
And it's just after they dance, they're like all out of breath too. That'd be tough. But yeah, you still have to put on your best face to be the ending
You gotta
fairy.
do it. You gotta suck it up and represent your country.
Gotta be the ending fairy.
What a good performance.
These were all really good.
And then they did, not Miracle, that was the last one.
This one was sick.
Oh, it was awesome. Their white outfits.
With the really cool lights. The team that like pretty much was Fromis 9.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember the name of the song was, because there's Miracle, Pinocchio, and this was actually made by one of the coaches. Her.
Yeah.
I guess I can just look it up, because we can do that.
Yeah, it's all Fromis members and Yuri, so
Pretty good squad out there.
pretty talented people coming together.
I'm looking up what it was there.
I do not remember what it's called.
I don't either. Don't worry, guys. I'm doing it for the fans.
The stats and info department's looking it up.
It's really bothering me. Like, how did I find it earlier if I didn't even know the name of the song? I'm just so confused by myself.
Dude, I don't know.
But yeah, regardless, it was a song that was made by their instructor.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Kind of like a cool techno-y type of song.
Yeah.
It just looks so dope with those lights.
I know. It's like Tron. And even like the backdrop's like a weird like... Man. Galaxy, Dynasty, Neon, Techno.
I know.
Like grungy look.
It was a good vibe.
Doing a really bad job explaining it, but
You just gotta go watch it.
you gotta watch for yourself. Watch all of them, because all the performances are
High
good.
School.
Man. It really is all of Fromis.
Yuri's just doing her best to represent Heisman out there.
She really is. Fun fact. The last song we're going to listen to, which was called Miracle, surprisingly, which I thought was like statistically impossible, although I guess they did make the group, so I guess not.
Yeah.
Out of the 18 members in the group, or finals people to choose from,
Yeah.
none of the Fromis members were in the other group.
Yeah, this last one, everyone lost.
Like every single person that was in the group, all 6 of them were in the
That
in none
whole
of the
group
Fromis.
just gets eliminated.
And there's 5 in this group and 4 in the other group.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I don't know. Like, you'd think just based off the numbers, you'd have one of them in the other group.
Yeah, it's something.
And honestly, the last one they did was like the most lit stage out of all
It was
of them.
like the best one. It's just a good farewell song.
Yeah, shout out to the stylists getting this one right, because
They really did.
this was just an awesome techno dance party from the end of the one show. The SM concert with
Oh,
Ray
yeah,
and
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Maybe it was Paradise. I don't remember.
Paradise? We'll go with
Pair
that.
of Dice. I don't know what it is about Gary's bangs in this, but I just don't like him. It just looks really
It's
awkward.
just she never really rocked bangs that much, except for like this episode.
Whoa. That must be the one
That's
that got
a
him.
true champion, yeah. To get those extra votes to win.
It's a lot of midriff back there.
Then in Produce 48, they showed like the actual voting numbers.
I think they did.
I thought they did. Yeah, we never saw that in this. It's like, up, you're 10.
Here it is. This song's so lit. Oh, Magical, not Miracle. My bad. Magical.
Maybe the other one was Miracle.
Maybe.
This song was so cool.
It's like a fun dance party. The whole stage setup was so wild. There's so much like pyrotechnics.
There's like an exploding moon in the background.
Sion's out here just being Sion. But yeah, 18 girls left, 3 teams of 6, and somehow one group had no members from the group.
Fans just didn't want it.
Now that I know that girl dropped her mic, I just want to watch for it to happen.
I know
I forgot Natty was there.
That was like the one thing that like they praised the group for is because she dropped her mic but acted like a professional.
My lord. Oh yeah, they did have a whole meeting with all the members of the group to explain how to be a professional and like if mistakes happen, you have to like carry on with the performance or something. So we like saw that and I was like, man,
I was like, wow, good thing they had that meeting right before this. This is the first time and only time that it happened, so thank goodness they are prepared.
You gotta just carry on as
professionals. Look at that fire safety training.
Also, like legit in the crowd, there's like guys when their members they voted for didn't make it, they're like crying,
bawling their eyes out. That's how you know it's real.
Man, I forgot Idol School's the best. I'm so sad it's over now.
It really makes me think about how intense it's going to be watching Girl Planet 999.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the best.
Like actually happening too. It could just be like devastating.
Speaking of devastating. Good job, Silas. How did none of these people make the group?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if Idol School was rigged or not. Maybe.
Allegedly it was.
Probably.
Well, we know for sure one of them was.
But also, like, what is rigged? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Can you really rig something when you already know the outcome before it starts?
Well, that's the thing is, like, what is really getting tampered? I don't know. Not saying it's, like, a good thing to do, but even if someone changes, like, a little thing to move around, like, is that rigged? Like, what does that even mean?
I feel like that term is used quite loosely.
Just like rigged.
Just like the term bullying.
Just, yeah, seriously, like.
Man, good job. This is like the best.
Like, Pros 48, they actually saw where, like, numbers were, like, boosted up way high. That, like, it was fishy. This, you don't really know. Like, it was just, like, it's kind of just a lot of he said, she said afterward.
It's also so crazy how deep into, like, the whole thing they go trying to find out if it's rigged or not.
Yeah.
Like, they have, like, he's just, like, crying. They have, like, whole criminal background checks. Like, it's nuts.
And somehow, after going, like, what, like 4 for 4 on rigged shows,
They're still doing
we got another one coming, so.
I just love when all the teachers get up and, like, dancing and they're hyped.
That's just, like, Mnet are just, like, we went on, like, a 3-day retreat to fix ourselves. We're good now.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're not gonna rig anything.
After they finish those self-imposed bans and punishments.
Seriously.
Peach's so happy over there. I wonder if Peach knew it was rigged.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all, like. And again, for, like, Produce and this, we love the final group, so what can you really do?
That was lit. Lit AF, as the kids
And
would
if
say.
someone's going to say 3 people should be in and 3 people should be out, I want all the names and the facts. I don't want just the, oh yeah, this person. Like, no. I want to actually know.
My favorite is when they do ending fairy stuff, and Sion has 0 facial expressions ever.
Dude, sometimes she just doesn't know what's going on.
Now, the last song they did was like a goodbye song, like when the cherry blossoms fade, except it was happy and upbeat, and it's called High Five.
I thought this was kind of goofy. I was like, they already had to do the group songs. Now they got to do a team song with everyone.
Like
just
all 18
moments
members.
before getting booted off.
We're just gonna.
How are you supposed to get excited for this when like you're like, I'm going home?
You gotta go out there and perform. Gotta rep your
Gotta
city.
say bye to all the Idol fans. And they had all the people that were eliminated before, like, in the crowd.
They really did. They're like out there like
All the people who got
signs, like,
straight
cheering.
F's in Idol School.
Everybody failed. There's a lot of failing in this.
There was a lot of failing.
But this is like a super fun song.
It was
They
cool.
probably should have opened with this. Those cherry blossoms are not fading. Man, shout out to them for really to end it on an upbeat song instead of something super sad and depressing.
Yeah, thank goodness. That's always the worst.
But yeah, so after this, I actually went to the eliminations.
Yeah.
It was crazy because they didn't do it like on the Purdue series where they would announce one person at a time and they went and sat on like where their seats were numbered on like the stage, you know?
Yeah.
They had like this like little lit up block they stood on. And in the middle of the whole stage, there was like a big podium and it had like 1, and it was like numbered to like 9. And they'd call up 2 or 3 members that were left at a time. And then they'd be like, they'd name one person and be like, either you made the group or you did not make the group. And then the other person, they'd just be like, you're not in the group, get off the stage.
It was crazy too because it was super dramatic, but it wasn't even like it was like a head-to-head thing. It wasn't like this person beat you by 1 vote and you're out and they're in. It was just like, oh, you're in this spot and you're out. Like
the first one was Natty and Nak Young, and they're like, Nak Young made it, you're spot 5.
She was 5.
And then Natty stood there for a long
like 15.
time. And then like drew it out for a long time. And they're like, you did not make the final.
And
group.
they're like, she did not make it, and you were 14, so you weren't even close. Like, it's like,
then,
oh.
Then he's like, that's unfortunate. Please leave the stage.
Yeah, he's like, please leave. That's what he said to like everyone. He's like, I'm sorry. Okay, get off.
Get on the stage.
That's what they
Get
did.
off the stage.
That's what they did for like all of them. Because I thought when they were putting them both up there, I was like, ooh, it was a battle between each of them. You know, it was like, nope, it was just one person's somewhere and some person's somewhere else.
And then I think there was 1 or 2. Well, the thing that's crazy was that they were up there and you didn't know if you were going to make it or not. Because they'd be like, you're not in. So you're like, oh, well, it must be in. They're like, you're not in. And
yeah.
Like, oh. Or like, the one that was weird was like the second to last one was Ji-sun and Haeyeon. And they're like, one of you's going to be number 1 and one of you's going to be number 2. And I was like, they haven't even announced all the people yet. Like,
yeah, and they were like already announcing the winner. That was weird. It was, again, with Idol School, it's nice because they kind of get to the point. And, like, they drew the elimination out a little bit, but it still went pretty quick. So that was good. But their order of doing stuff was a little strange. I didn't really get it. Because they literally announced the winner, like, a little more than midway through the group. Like, there were still more people to announce. Like, you think they'd be, like, last.
yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
Like, they should have just made it between her and the one girl if it was such a big deal. Like, I don't know.
While we're talking about that, we can watch this because it's coming to my attention. I found the wrong SES song. Didn't know they did multiple ones.
I didn't know they did either.
So we'll listen to this one.
Sweet.
This is the last SES one. I'm Your Girl. Because I was looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute. Is this
Oh,
right?
yeah, because Jiyeon was there.
Sorry, I picked the wrong 3-girl lineup of them performing SES.
Dude, that's tough. I didn't know either, but I remember now. Because it actually was like kind of, it's like pretty like catchy song,
And Heechel's super hyped.
and everyone like loved it.
So yeah, we watched the last episode. The eliminations are pretty crazy because the whole like everyone being called up on stage and I don't know if you're gonna make it or not. Then in the end, for those of you who don't know, Fromis 9 was Ji-sun, Haeyoung, Seiram, Jiwon, Chaeyoung, Nakyoung, Soyeon, Jiyeon. Who am I missing?
Yuri.
And Guri. And those are the 9 members that made it. Now, there was a whole controversy thing that got dragged into because of the whole Purdue stuff we were talking about.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, we were looking into it, and really all it said was they actually did find it was rigged, and people were not included in the group that were supposed to be in the group.
Yeah.
And one of them was this Han girl, and she, like, I guess, was older, and they said didn't fit the vibe of it, so they rigged her out. And she actually was not just, like, rigged out of, like, being, like, in the top, like, 9. She was, like, number 1.
Yeah, apparently she was the winner.
Yeah.
So, and she didn't, she obviously didn't make it at all.
And I think at the end when it says she, like, was
She was
number
11, which wasn't even the first one out. Which that was probably one of her best points is she said why, because she had the talk at the end, and no one else who lost had the talk. And they're like, she's like, why would the 11th person have to speak and not the 10th person who was like 1 away? And I'm like, that's a pretty valid point.
And yeah, and she was like,
and she was a part of the we already had the first, second, third, and whatever.
What spot was this for? It's like number 5 or no,
it was
number
like
6 or something.
6, and it was the last thing announced, and it was Jiwon and her. and it was for the 6th spot.
And she was like, she's like, what were you thinking when you put like 2 people who were in other survival shows against each other?
Yeah.
And like, why'd I have to get interviewed and I finished 11th when like 10th place did it?
That was like a very valid point. I mean, she definitely is angry, so I'm sure like she made everything sound the worst possible because she really kind of like went in on Idol School.
And she talked about like bad conditions and all that stuff, which I mean, who knows if that's true or not. But
like,
her one main thing is, she said that they said that 3,000 girls like basically like interviewed or like
tried out
for it. But she said out of the 41 girls on it, that not all 41 girls did that. Like, she said she didn't. She just, like, put on the show.
Yeah, they need some... Well, she was on Person 101, so I guess she had some like, recognition.
And, like, going into the show, she was, like, number 1.
Yeah, people loved her throughout the whole thing. People loved her. And apparently she won. So, I guess... I don't know who wouldn't.
And, like we said earlier, they said three people were in there. And
should have been, and then 3 people shouldn't have been. Which is more than Produce 48.
Yeah, and they didn't say who.
Which I guess there's that girl should have been in. Yeah, that was actually a pretty cool song. That girl should have been in, but we don't know who she should have like replaced, and we don't know the other people. That's why I'm just like, can we get names, please?
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're gonna
just
release,
say it. If we're gonna like
one, why would you?
Especially since it happened like years ago now, just say it. If it's like you're gonna still like hold on to this like blah 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 Idol School rig, like okay, let's actually see how.
And I was surprised because the article's from like June, like a month ago.
Yeah, she just still talking about it, and like I don't know. I've kind of noticed that. Well, I mean, really, just with this and Produce 48 is, and I'm not sure about the guys ones, maybe, but you have to have your like not older, but like kind of seasoned idol that has like a fan base, and they need to be like the sacrificial lamb, so everyone's like bummed out. So I was like, because like that was Khan. And now that was this girl who were like popular before, and then like they like looked super great throughout the show, and then they eliminated them to make them like more dramatic. I'm like, I feel like that's almost like a theme in these types of shows.
I will say too that whoever rigged it did a great job because Fromis is awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like I said. I said like them and Eyes One are fantastic groups and like perfect together. So that's why it's kind of hard to talk about like the quote unquote like rigging of it all, but I mean it's really bogus of like whoever is pulling, if people are pulling kind of strings to like mess with people's kind of livelihoods, but in the end like the final results are pretty good. So it's just like a weird kind of gray area to talk about. Like, and
I was thinking if there's 3 people that were supposed to be in the group, we know one of them, which is the Han girl, because she was actually number 1.
That's actually really crazy.
Like, they don't sound like oh, she's number 9. We'll just
she's like, oh, yeah, it's like, we're going to bump her down 1 or 2. Like, no, she literally won the whole thing. And nope, you didn't make it.
But I'd say the other 2 members that probably would have been in the group were the one girl who finished 10th. Gina, is that her name? Gina?
Yeah.
And then probably Natty.
Yeah. It definitely had to be people who were there the last actual, like, elimination. I was thinking like the people who I kind of thought it would be that girl. I always forget her name. Han. Yeah, her, Natty, and then one of the other people. You're probably right. It's probably Gina, especially since she was 10th.
Because we know for a fact that Han was in. She was number 1, so that's a given. So we have the other 2 members.
You just would like assume Natty would make it because she was so good throughout the whole thing. And like
that's the other thing we're talking about. It's like we were watching because so we talked about a lot about how we don't know how G-Sun is number 1, and after watching the whole show, I still don't know how G-Sun is number 1. Well, besides just rigged, obviously, but I don't see how she was number 1 overall. Hayoung was number 2, which I get because she was like number 1, 2, or 3 the whole show.
Yeah, Hayoung was like a lock. Like, there's no doubt.
And she actually did stuff.
Yeah, and she was like...
She like won like the first dance battle. She like was a good singer. She like did all kinds of stuff.
Honestly, like the biggest... Like, everyone in Fromis was really great. And like, there wasn't really like a weak link that I was like, oh, how did this person even make the final Fromis lineup? Like, even G-Sun was like pretty good. But like, the one red flag, you said it, is she won. And I was like, watching this whole show... I'm not sure how that happened because I can think of a lot of these girls, even girls that didn't make it, that I thought were even like more impressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
if she was like 5 or 6,
I'd be like, okay, sure. Like she was great and had some good performances and stuff, but like she won, and there was a lot of great girls, and then like a lot of people got eliminated too, and you're like, huh, like Not sure how Ji-sun, like, won the crowd over compared to them, but girls that had done, like, great the whole time and then just were, like, gone. So that was probably my biggest kind of, like, question mark of, like...
But other than that, I didn't really see anything crazy.
No, not at all.
They don't deserve to be there. Like, oh, they didn't do good. Well, also, you got to think, they made accusations saying that 8 of the 9 girls signed contracts before the show even started, so they knew they were going to be in the group.
Yeah.
So the editing might have had a lot to do with the fact that they looked better than the other girls, too.
True.
Because...
I did see that a while back, and I'm like, okay. I mean,
obviously, if they know who's going to win, right? And we even said it when we watched the very beginning. The intro vid,
oh,
they
yeah.
showed a lot of the girls
like,
who won.
5-6 people they show are like all people from Fromis 9.
So obviously, the more you see them, you're going to think, wow, they're doing good, or wow, they're really cool, or just because that's like human nature. You see them a lot, and you're just like the first person you think of.
Yeah, I mean...
So who knows if they actually did as good as we think they did? Based off the show, which everyone knows that they do the devil's editing on things, they all looked really good. So I can't be like, oh, this girl didn't deserve to be there.
The Fromis members looked great. They really did. Like I was like waiting for times to be like, oh, really? Like, but no, they all were super great. And like,
it's not like Produce 48 where we started out with like Haiwan and Minju who like couldn't even sing and dance at the same time.
They like trip and fall,
and like got like crazy high scores and somehow ended up in the top. And like Yuri was number 3, and it's just kind of like that's kind of weird. But
no, this one was pretty solid throughout the whole rankings. You're like, okay, like sure, like it makes sense. These girls are really great, and they seem to have a fan base. I mean, Ji-sun being, I don't know who would not be in Fromis 9.
So
who'd you think?
If I had to imagine who wouldn't be in the group, if there's 3 people that weren't supposed to be there, obviously you could go by process of elimination.
I would say Ji-sun.
I think Ji-sun would still be there.
Oh, I don't know.
But if that one girl's number 1, that would knock everybody else down a notch. So
Yuri would be out.
Yuri would be gone. Which would make sense, because like we said, she went to Produce 48 because she didn't think she was good enough to be in Fromis 9.
Yeah.
I think she would be out. I'm trying to think.
I just don't know, because they were all like really good.
Because even if you took like the last 3 members that were in the group, I don't think...
Because the next one would be Jiyeon, and like, why would she not be in Fromis 9? She's really good.
Yeah, she actually did really good. She's a fan favorite. I guess if I had to pick, I'd say maybe Yuri wouldn't be in the group. Maybe Jiwon wouldn't be in the group.
The only reason...
Because she's one of the only ones that actually... You know how they did the little thing where they're sitting there?
Yeah.
And they were flip-flopped in between who was in and who was out, who was in, who was out?
Yeah, yeah.
She was like one of the only members of the group that was like getting switched in and out towards the end of the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. She was the only one... I thought Yuri... And I did kind of think Jiwon just because she was the last person to make it in. Even though it was like the 6th spot. I was like, maybe that was why. I mean, again, she was super awesome on the show and like around the camera all the time. But I was like, maybe Jiwon just because they kind of made her like the last elimination like person to get in. And then I didn't really know. I kind of thought maybe Ji-sun, but like, why would the first person be not in it at all? That doesn't really make sense.
Like I said, if I had to guess,
but I have no idea who. I have no idea.
Maybe Yuri, Jiwon, and Soyeon would be taken out because she was there, but I don't really remember her being like anything spectacular. She just kind of was like,
yeah,
because she wasn't really the face or the center of any group. She wasn't really.
Yeah, she was like solid.
She was just kind of there. And she like did good, but it wasn't like she was like mind blowing or like got the top votes in any of the performances or anything like that.
Yeah.
So if I had to pick 3 members of the group, I feel like it'd be Jiwon, Yuri, and Soyeon would have been the ones that weren't in it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you'd replace them with Han, Natty, and
Gina,
old girl that I don't even remember being in the show, but she
Gina.
like finished number 10.
She was 10. I just like what I like want. I just want.
Why could they not just put Shinsia?
I just want the actual. Oh, I gotta say, we just have an all-star cast of people that didn't make it.
Oh, I was gonna say, like everything, you have your favorite members.
All the people that
are
are favorites that lost. Oh my gosh, that'd be my favorite group ever.
Oh my god!
I want all the details to the rigging. Like, I want to see how it actually all played out. Like, was anything truthful? Was only a couple things truthful?
Can we get Fromis 9 number 2 and just get like all the people who came in like not those first place?
I think it was a bummer too because all of the people we really like that have gotten eliminated. It's like, yeah, okay, you can like go follow them on social media. That's cool, but it would have been cool if they went into other groups
Dude, I know.
and did stuff. So then you could like stay in those groups and like get merchandise pretty much for them and like actually see them on shows and music and everything. But they all just pretty much and just went back and like, you know, maybe did some acting or...
The other thing I was actually thinking was the third person. Because I feel like the only two people that would have been a lock in the group would have been like Natty and the Han. Well, one of them we know is in the group. I was like, maybe you're supposed to be in it and she got voted out and that's why they paid so much money for her to be an Eyes one.
Like maybe they wanted... Like what was more rigged? That's what I want to know is what was more rigged.
Oh, definitely produced 48. 100%.
I just want to know what was more rigged.
Because they actually came out and said that like the guys took bribes from companies in order to put the groups.
That's what I'm talking about, Cube. Way to not step up and get Cho-won was supposed to be there, and y'all couldn't even cheat when she's supposed to be there.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's okay. She's in Lights now. But, yeah, I want, like, the full detail of the rigging and, like, actually see. Like, was any number ever real? Or was it just, like, a couple things like, hey, we need this girl to lose. Like, make sure she loses. Like... Was there, like, back alley people getting, like, bribed and, like, mugged and, like, all right, this girl loses or else you're, like, you're going to get it. Or
Get
so,
your
like,
knees broke.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I want to know how it all went down. And how is it not going to happen in Girl Planet 99? That's all I got. Like,
That's a real question.
like
How are they allowed
it's
to do
definitely going to
anything?
be, like, how is it not going to be? Every single type of show like this has been rigged. Ever. So, why would it not be? Which, you know... Whatever, as long as they don't touch Yujin.
All I know is I wish I had a group of Youngji, Tasha, Shinsia, Sion, Natty,
It'd be my favorite cock group.
and
Favorite.
Sum Young. I will all of them in a group right
It'd be
now.
my favorite K-pop group ever.
I will spend all of our hard-earned KPK money to fund this group.
That'd be my favorite group ever.
And I just want them to redo all the songs that they did on the show.
Yeah.
And then a dance cover.
To just go through Idol School again.
Of Love Shot.
Yeah, just do Idol School again, and it's just them, and they all win. And
Now,
then it's over.
that'd be like the greatest group of all time. Let's just get the 4 girls that were in step and just add the other girls to it and just redo the steps.
And just do, yeah. It just sucks because no one was really like an idol after them, so like, or after it, so we can't like, you can't go watch them in music videos or shows. Everyone's just kind of like a model or an actress or like still waiting to do something. Like, that's what I was like, that kind of sucks.
Couldn't they just round out the roster of Snow Baby?
Dude, Snow Baby got eliminated so early.
She was like the 3rd episode.
She got, the first elimination, her and White Michelle were just out of there.
Oh, Michelle White. Legend.
But,
White
like,
Michelle.
I will say, for the girl that was supposed to win, I wouldn't have guessed that she would have won. Like, watching the show.
I guess it's really just popular based because I
was
have no
never
idea why she's popular.
never blown away. Like, she's a good singer, but like,
first off, when they did the very first challenge where they had to sing randomly when they picked them,
yeah,
she could not sing at all because of her voice, like her throat.
Yeah.
And somehow she's still like, first off, she also was like 1-1-2-1 and then dropped off like number 11.
Yeah. No, she was like a staple. She was just a staple of being in the 9 the whole time until the last one. I mean, she pretty much was the con, except like watching con, you're like, gosh darn, how'd this person not make it? That
like, you're
girl,
good. I'm like, how did this girl become number 1?
This girl, I was never really blown away. Like, wow, like she's gonna win. Like, I kind of felt that way about Jisung, but this girl, I never even thought really was better than anyone else to be in the 9. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely thought there was other people that I liked more than her.
Like was she better than Shinsia?
Like, no. Like, she like sang pretty well in like some of the later stages, but other than that, I don't really remember anything like I don't know. That's just kind of what I thought too when we were reading about it. And it's like, oh, she was supposed to be number 1 and blah blah blah. I was like, I never really thought that.
I mean,
like,
based off votes, I guess but I would not have picked her.
I guess the fans saw stuff I didn't because I would not have voted for her.
I guess that's
to
why
win,
I'm not a talent scout.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have voted for her to win or be in like the final 9. So
I don't know. Seems weird to me.
So I don't know. I mean, it's bogus that people like did that or manipulated things, but it's tough. It's just tough.
I don't know.
Because you can't like do anything about it. It's not like, okay, well, we're actually kicking someone out and you're in Fromis now. Like, that's not going to happen.
No, it's over.
It's been over. It's 4 years ago. Yeah, that's why we need the detailed who's in, who's out. Let's see it.
Dude, let's go. The big stage performance in Countdown.
That's awesome. And we had multiple produce things. When's Idol School Season 2?
Seriously.
After Girl Group 999. Let's just run it back.
We're about to watch a special stage, one last performance by the old girls. Don't know what this is.
Idol School was awesome, though. I
really
loved it.
Oh, all the girls are back! So, legit, like, out of all the elimination shows I've seen, Idol School is probably my second. Whoa. It's like my second favorite, pushing for number one up there with Produce 48, because Idol School is awesome.
It's definitely my favorite one.
I would 100% pick this over Produce 101.
Yeah, I didn't see all Produce 101, but I mean, this one's definitely my favorite.
This is so weird.
Honestly, just because Produce 48
performance right now.
It really is.
Hey, there's a girl, Gino. Wasn't she the one where her dad's like a famous singer or something?
Yeah, and she's like so embarrassed when they went to the Weekly Idol stage and he was there. She actually was on the camera a lot.
This is so weird. What is happening right? Hey, it's White Michelle.
This must have been before that elimination.
They're like performing a special stage in Countdown of their opening song, like the intro.
This was early.
But it's like they're like singing like a cappella over here. On like the stage, like standing still doing like sign language. I hope they just break
it reminds me of what was it, the Happy Hands Club in Princess Diaries or something?
Oh yeah, just like a show choir.
Yeah.
Madrigals at Christmas time.
That's what they need to do, is just bring everybody back to sing Christmas carols.
Maybe this is what episode 12 was. Wow.
And there's confetti.
Wow. This is like a performance in Las Vegas?
Seriously, Wayne Newton or something.
I'm just glad to see that Tasha's out here getting all those promotions from like makeup companies and
yeah, she's just like a just model actress now.
Just my fave from the show just got eliminated. Got the stanky boot.
Got the Hex in the big elimination when they eliminated like 10 people. That was pretty cool. Lots of confetti.
What a way to close it out, folks.
Yeah, our series on Idol School. There it is.
I'm glad we watched it.
I am too. It was super fun. It was really cool. So and it's perfect time to watch it because now we're ready for Girl Group 999.
Get ready for those episodes.
Gosh, that's going to be so crazy because it's going to be real.
And rigged, probably.
I don't know how. Man, if they make Yujin the kind, it's over, man.
But she just gets eliminated and boycotted.
If she literally is like dominant and then it's like, oh, sorry, you're one out. Nope, it's over. I'm literally.
If she doesn't make it in the group, I'm boycotting K-pop.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm shutting the podcast
It's all
down.
over. I mean, the podcast will be over. K-pop's done.
I'm deleting the Discord. No more Hyojo Bob for anybody.
That's just how it goes, man.
Gosh. Idol School is dope, though. I loved it. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Especially if you like Fromis 9. Like, go check it out.
And there's like so many other girls in it that are so much fun. And they're like, it's because they actually like, unlike Produce 48, where they're just like serious all the time, or like Produce 101, where everyone's like super hard training, like crying, like staying up all night.
Yeah.
They actually like have video clips of them like doing fun stuff and the teachers caring and like being nice to them.
Yeah, that's why this one was my favorite. The other ones just are like so intense. But this one, Idol School was fun. That was legit. It was just fun. Rigged or not, whatever. I can't control that. We can't control that. So what we saw, we liked.
It's out of my hands. They did a good job.
They did. They did a good job. The girls did a great job. A lot of the girls were like, they were like really good.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I mean, besides like a few. That
like
were,
no mistakes ever.
Yeah, like the girls were really great. So.
I don't know. Glad we did it.
There it is. Finally, we said we were going to watch it. We did. Yeah, that does it. We love it. We love Fromis 9. Go support Fromis 9.
Yeah, go support.
Hopefully
Fromis
they
9.
last. Hopefully they're a group for a while longer. Who knows?
Since you're supposed to be a permanent group.
Yeah.
Man, the best. Go watch Idol School. That's the moral of the story.
Go watch Idol School. We watched it. We loved it. We're gonna get ready for Girl Group 999 and have pretty much recaps of every episode because we're gonna watch every episode.
Also, listen to Lauren's new song when it comes out.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
And the new Dreamcatcher song sounds really cool. So
that sounds really cool too. Which we can maybe hit on that. I don't know when Dreamcatcher's supposed to come out, but next week we got our month-ending episode, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be fun because we're going to listen to some random songs, and I, honest to God, have no idea what has come out this month except for the BTS songs that Josh probably
I'm not really sure either. I feel like there's going to be songs I hear and I'm like, oh, that came out this month. Sick.
Oh, I didn't even know they had a comeback. Like when
Sweet.
Mamamoo came back last month.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So that'll be a fun episode.
That'll be a fun episode. For next week, wrapping up July, wrapping up the birthday month. And again, we're getting ready for Girl Planet 999.
Hopefully I'll figure out what the 3 9s mean.
Hopefully, man.
I've been waiting on
I
that.
think it just means 666, but who knows?
I don't know.
Follow us on social media. Yeah, seriously. Hopefully that person does not translate these because, my gosh, that was tough. But you did great. Thank you, random person.
Thanks for the disclaimer at the bottom said these translations may not be 100% accurate.
English is my 5th language, so bear with me.
And Korean's my 8th, so.
Gosh, it was tough. We figured it out.
It's better than nothing, though. So
yeah, I mean,
thanks.
we got the gist of it. We saw who won. But follow our social media, K-Pop Kimchi 101, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Apple, whatever, Spotify.
Literally just Google it.
Just Google it. It's there. YouTube, too.
Any place you find a search engine, just put
YouTube.
in K-Pop Kimchi Podcast.
Do it. Check us out. We love you guys. We'll catch you next week. Peace.
Peace.